What's good, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Bravon Towns, and this is gonna be a different edition of Sports Plus Life because for one, it's not gonna last as long, and two, obviously, you're looking at me instead of just pictures that I put on a computer. But I'm just gonna jump right into it. What in the whole hell just happened in Cleveland last night, though? Like Myles, Garrett, Mason Rudolph, Marquise Pouncey, Agbayani. I mean, they just went in. They went in. It's like Myles Garrett bugged out. Like he took the helmet and just swung and connected on Mason Rudolph. But make no mistake about this, Mason Rudolph is not totally innocent. I'm going to break this down. Then I'm going to make my football picks. Now, for one, Myles Garrett is going to get a serious suspension. I mean, my man's cocked back and did a roundhouse swing. And the thing is, Lord, if the top of that helmet had connected with Pretty Boy Mason, oh boy, oh my, because I was like, damn. I mean, but he's going to get a lengthy suspension. Like, they're going to do some Ron Artest type stuff. He is gone for the rest of the year. And it wouldn't surprise me if he was gone for the first half of next year, because that's crazy. I mean, compared to what he just did, Vontaze Burfict almost looked like a choir boy. I mean, they suspended Vontaze Burfict for way less than that for the rest of the year, even though we all know that was because of reputation and the fact that he was being a dickhead when he walked off the field, waving bye to the fans, this, that, and the third, like he really could care less. But I'm like, whoa. How in the world did that happen? Which totally overshadows the fact that this is the first time Cleveland's beat Pittsburgh in forever, like 5 years. This ends Pittsburgh's 4-game winning streak and puts a serious damper on their playoff hopes. But, I mean, still, Tomlin's still a damn good coach. But, be that as it may, yo, let's look at this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this, okay? Let's see.
Mason Rudolph got into it. Get out of there.
Let's look at that again. I mean, goodness gracious.
Flag is Mason Rudolph got into it. Get out of there.
One more again for the Kizzles.
Flag is Mason Rudolph got into it. Get out of there. What in the world? The lead, Myles Garrett. They're swinging a helmet? Yeah, there'll be some ejections coming out of this. There may be suspensions. That's right, suspensions.
Oh, there's going to definitely be some suspensions.
Garrett. That was well after the play.
I'm like, bruh, what were you thinking? Well, obviously you weren't thinking, but did he call you a nigga or something?
Here it is. Well, he tackled Rudolph. Rudolph didn't like the way that he was tackled. Oh, gosh. Man. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
Dude, yo, Pouncey trips me out. Pouncey goes in.
Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head.
Yo, Pouncey went in. Kick. Like. Okay, now let's analyze this. For one, okay, for starters, yo, Marquise Pouncey, yo, he's a G. Like he's the type of friend that we all want to have in life. But what Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are failed to mention, and they probably weren't paying attention to it at first, is that one, okay, they had a little scuffle, Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett. Now, if you look at Mason Rudolph on the bottom, he was trying to rip the helmet of Myles Garrett off first. Let's take a look at that again.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
Now watch. Okay. Watch Mason Rudolph. He's trying to rip his helmet off right there.
Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head.
Okay, so he's trying to rip the helmet off of Myles Garrett. Excuse me, Mason Rudolph was trying to rip the helmet off of Myles Garrett's head first. So Myles Garrett said, okay, so we live in this life. You bout that life, pretty motherfucker? You bout that life? Okay. Excuse my language. But so he rips his helmet off. Okay. So he's like, okay, you want to rip helmets off? I'm gonna rip yours off. Now, after that, Myles Garrett is trying to he has his helmet, but he's trying to walk away. Now the Steelers offensive lineman is walking him away, and Mason Rudolph gets back up and tries to charge Myles Garrett, tries to come and still fight him. So I mean, let's all take all actions into consideration. Let's go back and look again.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so he's trying to rip the helmet off. He can't do that, so Myles Garrett says, okay, I'm 6'6", 260. I'm going to rip your helmet off. Now, he's walking away, but he comes back at him, and then swing. And then Pouncey says, what? Nigga, what? Nigga, what? You hit my quarterback. Kick. Where you car? Kick.
Beyond words, Joe. Gosh, that's one of the worst things I've ever seen on a professional sports field. You know, Joe,
I mean, and he connected too.
Beyond words, Joe. Gosh, that's one of the worst things I've ever seen on a professional sports field. You know, Joe, I have been involved with these in the league off.
Now, here's the thing that trips me out, and it kind of makes me laugh. I'm sorry. I'm glad that he was not hurt at all from getting hit in the head with a helmet. Like I said, that's inexcusable by Myles Garrett. But how you gonna try to rip old boy helmet off? You don't. He ripped your helmet off. Then he's walking away. You go after him, and when he swings and hits you with the helmet, look, what? Bruh, you thought you was about that life. You found out you ain't. So I'm like, how you gonna raise your hand up like, oh my God, look, did you see that? Did you see that? Bruh, you charged at him because you were probably mad because you sucked the whole night. You played like crap. But after he puts his hands up, then he gets, Agbayani comes and he hits him. Let's see.
Well, he tackled Rudolph. Rudolph didn't like the way that he was tackled. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Rips the helmet off Rudolph's head and then eventually swings it and hits him in the head.
And then watch. Bink.
Joby comes up and hits Rudolph from behind.
Like, yo. He was bracing. He knew it was coming, too.
That's one of the worst things I've ever seen on a professional sports field. You know, Joe, I have been involved with these in the league office, and it would come to officiating.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, Myles Garrett is going to get a lengthy suspension. He deserves it. But honestly, Mason Rudolph should get at least a game, too. Because he initiated that fight. Yes, he was taken down after the screen pass, but he tried to rip his helmet off first, and he went after him after his helmet got ripped off. So he needs to be held accountable as well. But the Browns did win. So with that being said, oh, my little baby, she's not feeling good. Tinker butt, not feeling good. But with that being said, let's look at let me make my predictions for this game, for the games this weekend. Okay, so we already have Cleveland beating Pittsburgh. Now, 1 o'clock game, Dallas at Detroit. No Matthew Stafford for Detroit, no chance. They're going to get beat, even though they're at home. I hate Dallas, but, I mean, hey, rolling with a few of their players on my FanDuel team. Jacksonville at Indianapolis. This is a huge game, really, for both teams, especially the Colts, because it's starting to kind of slip away from them. And that's because Jacoby Brissett hasn't played. He didn't, he got hurt. He got hurt a couple weeks ago, and he didn't play last week when they lost to the Dolphins. The Dolphins have won 2 straight games. The Dolphins. Okay, and then which brings me to the next game, Buffalo at Miami. Buffalo gave a game away last week against Cleveland, so they need it because they're 6-3. But I don't believe in Buffalo yet. I don't. This game is at Miami. They're going to need to win this one. I think Buffalo will win a tight game. Next game, Denver at Minnesota. Love my Broncos. Love my guys. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to win this game. Minnesota I don't think they'll have a letdown after beating Dallas. They beat Dallas on Sunday night. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Now, the upset of the year was last week when the Saints got spanked by the 1-7 Atlanta Falcons. Where the hell did that come from? What? New Orleans, 9 points? They scored 9 points. So I believe that they will bounce back at Tampa Bay, who can put up points now. Tampa can put up points. And in division games, so I think that'll be a tough game as well. The next game nobody cares about. Jets at the Redskins. Redskins suck. Jets got a win last week. They still suck. They're 2 crap. They just said they're going to retain Adam Gase. Yeah, and you wonder why the Jets are going to stay bad. Adam Gase is garbage as a coach. I don't care how many times he's had to play with a backup quarterback. Look what Mike Tomlin is doing with a backup quarterback. Look what Belichick did when Tom Brady was out. I don't want to hear. Look what Sean Payton did. Even though we know Bridgewater is actually a Pro Bowl quarterback, but still, look what those coaches did. Adam Gase. Then the next game, the Falcons at the Panthers. Falcons riding high off their win at New Orleans. At Carolina, I think the Panthers will handle their business. The Falcons' defense is still trash. Christian McCaffrey's going to get off. Game of the day. The Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, man. Who remembers what happened the last time Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson shared a football field? I want to say it was the year that Lamar Jackson won the Heisman Trophy when Clemson played Louisville, and it was a game for the ages, a shootout that was won, I believe, by a defensive play, despite all the offense that was scored, but it was awesome. And this has major bearings as far as seeding right now for the AFC. Houston is 6-3. Baltimore is riding high at 7-2. Lamar Jackson put on a show, albeit at Cincinnati. He is right there with Russell Wilson for the leading candidates for the MVP of the season. But also right below that is Deshaun Watson, and he could take a big step if the Texans beat the Ravens. Oh man, I don't even know who to pick this game. Oh my goodness. I'm going to go with Deshaun. Even though I'm a fan of both of these guys. I just want to sit back and enjoy. Next game, the Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. Well, on Monday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers took their first L to the Seattle Seahawks in overtime. So they'll be looking to bounce back. The Cardinals should be the perfect remedy. Even though their first time they played 2 weeks ago was tougher than people expected. The next game is the Bengals at the Raiders. Let me tell y'all something. I had the Chargers beating the Raiders last Thursday night. I was wrong. Oakland is better than Oakland. Honestly, I think Oakland is going to make the playoffs. Their schedule gets so cushy, and I truly believe that I think they're going to mess around and make the playoffs. Can't say enough about the job that John Gruden has done and Mike Mayock. These dudes are handling their business. So I wouldn't surprise me. And the Bengals are half-past garbage. You got rid of Marvin Lewis for this? They're the only winless team left in the NFL. Tank for Tua. And then the Patriots at the Eagles. Oh, God. I want to pick the Eagles so bad. I want to pick the Eagles so bad. I do. I want to pick the Eagles so bad. But I'm going to be realistic, and I hope I'm wrong. I think the Patriots are going to win because they're coming off of a loss and a bye week. And the Sunday night game, a game that when the season started, you probably had high expectations for. But the Bears at the Rams. The Rams lost to the Steelers last week. Their offense just is not the same. Todd Gurley, they run him early, then they totally take him out the offense late. And the Bears, bitch Trubisky, enough said. Sign Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick has a workout in Atlanta. Sign Colin Kaepernick. Oh, so much stuff to talk about. I had to come live today. So I actually like the Rams to win that game. In the Monday night game, the Chiefs and the Chargers, Kansas City has to win this game because they lost last week to the Tennessee Titans. The Titans, they lost to the Titans, and the Raiders are hot on their butts. So that's my NFL picks. And quick note of order, Carmelo Anthony is back in the NBA. He signed a non-guaranteed contract with the Portland Trail Blazers. Congratulations, Melo. It shouldn't have took this long for you to find an NBA team anyway. I hope you do your thing. Portland ain't winning no title, but I hope you do your thing. And again, as I just said, Colin Kaepernick has a workout in Atlanta tomorrow. It kind of seemed suspect at first because the NFL just kind of sprung this on him at the last minute. Wouldn't let him get it work out another day. But they said, nope, this is it, take it or leave it. But what I've heard is that it's going to be up to 15 NFL teams that are going to be there at the trials. They're not going to ask any questions about the political, about the kneeling or anything like that. These teams just want to see where his head is at. I think Colin Kaepernick will be on the NFL roster very soon. And it is long overdue. And when that happens, it's going to be a great day. Not just for Colin Kaepernick and the African-American race. It's going to be a great day for humanity. It's going to be a great day for football fans. Period. All right, so this is kind of a quickie. This was kind of a quickie, but you guys will definitely hear from me next week. It's your boy Brandon Bravon Town, Sports Plus Life. See ya.